All right, guys, welcome back to Global Time Attack Pro Round 3 here at Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta. Just had our lunch break. We have another session before the day is out, so we're going to see another group of folks trying to go out here and set records. We had Eric Fleming reset his record down to a 25.4. We also had the Enthusiast all-wheel drive record drop. Had a couple more fast laps and people with some personal bests, and the track is still feeling good. The weather has warmed up just a little bit. We're at 66 degrees, if I'm not mistaken, 64 degrees right now. Sun is out. It's still really good weather to go fast. So let's see with the sun and the higher ambience if these guys will get more grip faster on this track to be able to set their personal bests and records. So we're about to go hot with Group 4, Session 3. Again, Group 4, Session 3. The Formula Drift paddock is starting to get a little craze going on because it's getting closer to their time. So a lot more spectators, a lot more cars out and about. So we'll see what happens during this run group. Hopefully these guys can go fast in front of these spectators, and then we'll be done for the day. So as soon as Group 4, Session 3 goes out, we'll go ahead and cut to them. All right, guys, and here we are. This is the front straight here at Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta, right after you go down 12 before you turn into 1. There's the Formula Drift paddock on the right. Group 4 has been released. We do have cars on track. They are starting their warm-ups and get to their flyers as soon as they can. You can really see how open this track is, how open the layout of the location is. A lot of trees, a lot of green, a lot of foliage, but the track itself is very, very, very open. So the best part is a lot of things are connected. So as you can tell, there's a drift paddock. They can come over to us via a staircase coming up and over. When you go on the other side, if you were to go up the hill before 12, you get a lot of areas you can go to that way. So there's a lot of room. All right, guys, so here's who's running their hot laps right now. We have Matt Bohall, followed by Gabe Finger, Brandon Luthi, and Sheldon Solon. Behind Sheldon, we have Christopher Knight. You can kind of tell it's hard in camera, and I don't care what camera you have or where you are, but you can tell how this is actually downhill. So they go down into the S's. Boom, still going downhill. Flattens out. Bam, uphill. Now he's going uphill. It really messes with your mind when you're driving it, because this is not just S's that are straight. You're dealing with going downhill, uphill, finding your points, trying to keep as much speed as possible through that section. Got a lot of curbing on the outside that you can use. All right, Matt Bohall getting ready to go across start finish on his first hot lap. 143.062. His fastest time so far this event is a 141.073, so he's got a little bit of time to pick up there. Gabe Finger with a 41.887, a little off his fastest. He was a 41.379, but it shows that the track is fast. Brandon Luthi with his fastest of a 43.501, he just laid down a 47.6. And then Sheldon Salon with a 46, and his fastest was a 45.491. So these guys are working into their laps.
Looks good.
All right, Gabe Finger still close to his fastest of the day here. Matt Bohall still fastest of the session at a 148.18. Sheldon Solano 145.293. Sheldon in that FK8 Type R. If he did a 45.293, that is his fastest so far. His fastest pre this session was a 45.4, so it's good to see him continuously improving. Christopher Knight with a 49.604. His fastest was a 48.913. Gabe Finger with a 41.512. Matt Bohall, about 17 seconds off his fastest, but it looked like he was cooling it down to try and send it again. Back here you have the back straight. That's Brandon Luthi right there, heading into the hard braking zone. That is also downhill. So if you ever watch an in-car of somebody, you'll notice that this slight right-hander is cresting. And then as you get to the top, then you can see the rest of the track. If you've ever seen a Formula Drift event here, which will be going on today and tomorrow, you'll notice that you're looking up at the drivers. Is because they're starting at the top of the hill and coming down. So as a driver here, you on a full lap, you're just full commitment. You crest, then you find your mark, then you're going straight at it. Hard brake zone, left, right. Then now you not only have to find your mark on the exit, but you have to find your entry to 12 because you can't see the track. Now you can see the track. When you saw him coming under the bridge, he actually can't see the track yet. He's just cresting over a hill, and then it's full commitment. All right, it does look like everyone running their laps right now is a skosh slower than their fastest. Track is obviously good. Everyone's very consistent, but no one is really pushing harder on laps 4 or 5. So the heat or the ambient may have raised the track temp just a bit more than they were expecting. The hardest thing, especially in time attack, is you're trying to set your tire pressure specifically to set fast laps. So if the track is warmer than you expected, or if you just did not change what your starting temperatures were from morning to now, they can overheat very quickly just because you get so much more pressure in it so much faster. Here's your live times fastest here of Group 3 Session 4. Matt Bohall in his Evo 10 still leading this run group of a 148.18. Gabe Finger in his FRS at a 141.168. We'll see if Charles went faster. We have Sheldon Salon in his Civic Type R, 144.766. Brandon Luthi in his Volkswagen GTI. That's going to be a 145.681. Christopher Knight in his FRS at a 148.256. Druv Bazar in his E36 at a 148.931. And Charles Maytak in his E36 at a 151.733. These are the times so far for Group 4, Session 3. And there it was on his 7th lap. Gabe Finger took the lead of this session. 140.277, 140.277. He's been pushing really hard through turn 12. You could tell he's got full commitment, and he just linked it all together there because he went from second to first. While our cars are coming in, and Group 3 is getting gridded in the pits. Here you have the Formula Drift Paddock. This is still early in their day. They have fans going through the hot pits. You have vendors and more fan appreciation stuff going on over there. Teams are obviously getting ready to go out and practice. They'll have practice and quali and the competition over the next 2 days. So this is everything going on over in the Formula Drift hot pit. Here we have Group 3 getting lined up, ready to go out. Group 3 guys are going out, getting ready to set their flyers. They're on their warm-up laps right now. right, so leading these guys out is Mr. Ray Clance. Ray Clance was in Group 4 before lunch, but his lap time pushed him up to Group 3. So Ray, who reset the enthusiast all-wheel drive record, being followed by Drew Turner, and then Daniel Overbay. Adam Wood in his right-hand drive Subaru Outback S. Being followed by Gregory Formoso in his Evo 10. All right, let's see what Ray Clance just laid down right now. 140.179. That is slower than his record so far. Ray's time here is a 137.296 so far. But Drew Turner of 37.789 in that A90 Supra. Let's see what Daniel runs. He's in a Porsche Cayman GT4. He just ran a 140.681. And Adam Wood in his Subaru Impreza Outback S right-hand drive at a 148.36. Gregory Formoso at 141.193. Just waiting on Brandon Pagan and Corin Tyson, or Brian Tyson, depending who's driving, see what they run. Brandon Pagan in his Subaru STI, 148.93. Brian and Corin Tyson are a couple tenths off of a podium so far, but they have serious boost issues. The car is only making 7 pounds of boost. So not bad running their 35 with the lowest power they've ever ran in this car. Quick little shot here of the back straight. Like we said, not so straight. You exit the corner, you got to make a slight left, and then you're going to go down this area right here, and then you're going to have to make a slight right and go down the hill into the hard braking zone before the left-right complex. So I love the term straight, but the best part about this is far from it. Looks like he was getting out of the way there, letting, see who that is. He was getting out of the way, letting Mr. Pagan, nope, that is, I believe that is actually Brandon Pagan, finish his lap. That was Gregory Formoso. All right, guys, here's the lap times from this session. Drew Turner in his A90 Supra, fastest out there so far, 37.512. Daniel Overby in his Cayman GT4 Club Sport at a 138.648. Adam Wood at a 38.9. Ray Clance, who was not able to match his record lap of the session before at a 140.1. Brandon Pagan at a 40.893. Gregory Formosa at a 141.193. And Corn and or Brian Tyson at a 44.421. And I know they're still fighting some gremlins. The car has a boost leak. It's not making power like it should. So they'll push, they'll fix, they'll go faster. Here's that beautiful shot, boys and girls. This is the best thing about being out here. All the years doing this, there's really nothing better than being able to see Road Atlanta from up in the sky. The S's all the way to the back straight. The best part about the back straight is just how different it is to what you think it would be on paper. The ups, the downs, the slight curve to the right, the hard brake zone. I think that's why Formula D uses that area specifically for their drifting, because you're drifting down a hill. You're entering into a left-hander with downhill speed. It's trickier than people think. And when you watch practice and qualifying here, it's crazy to think how much commitment these drivers have to do that exact thing. It's actually an overshoot area like crazy. Out of all the places I watch FD in Long Beach and all the other places that we go or near where I live, and going down this hill, I guess that's probably why the Drift Atlanta event is probably one of Road Atlanta's top 5 most sold events out there. And there's a lot of huge Little Bull races that happen here. There's a lot of events that happen here. And this has to be one of their top 5 most sold out events every single year. So you see where that Fox Bridge is. Everyone knows the Fox Factory Bridge. That over on the left there near the circle, this is where the Formula D run ends, okay? So Formula D comes down, makes the left right, and then enters the circle, cuts back, and then comes back up the hill. So this is their drift paddock. This is their drift area. They obviously don't drift down 12. They stop before 12. So they enter on the second entry here, do a U, come back. They, of course, have all their clipping points out. They have all their cones out so everyone knows what they're supposed to be hitting and clipping. That whole area where all these stands are, these will be full front to back with spectators along with all the tents. And then if we end up looking up the hill here, this is what I'm going to tell. This is what I was trying to tell you. This back straight, you see where the kink starts? You see that slight left? That's the top of the hill. These guys are driving down this hill at full tilt to enter into their drifts. So that's probably one of the coolest parts about it. It's impossible to see on video and camera, but if you look hard enough, you could tell that that's a complete uphill. Look at the fencing on the right, how it kind of undulates up. It's incredible. So you come down the hill, hard entry left, hard right. You're, of course, keeping angle all the way to the entry into the circle and then going right back up the hill. So Drift Atlanta has to be one of the more exciting places to watch drifting. There's no doubt about that. And it's awesome to see him do it on such a world-class track. Here we got Group 2, Session 3 out there. Group 2, Session 3. Let's see if anyone's able to go faster here than they did earlier. I know we got Chin Chi Chang out there in his USR FK8. It's good to see that they're back on track after stopping on the back straight earlier. Devin Hoffman and her IAG Performance STI, and Ray Guerrero in his Porsche 911 Turbo S. Got Mike Osborne out there in his limited class car in his GTR. There goes Rusty Biddle starting his flyer. Looks like the USRFK had another problem. I haven't seen him come back yet, but Devin Hoffman finished her first flyer, a 140.434. Ray Guerrero also coming into the hot pits. Here comes Alex Gallardo, it looks like, to start his first flyer in that LS powered 350Z. Going to be Rusty Biddle right there in his GTR. See what kind of time he lays down. I'm still yet to see the USRFK. There we go. Okay, it finally made it to the pit entrance. Luckily, they did not die on the side of the road again. There we go, Rusty with a 133.326. Mike Osborne still fastest on track right now with a 132.428. There's Devin with a 135.706 back in the 35s. She's trying to break into the 33s and 32s. I believe she has it in her. She's going to have to build a little confidence. Alex Gallardo with a 33.792, followed by Mike Osborne with a little slower and as fast as about a second off at the 32.590. There it is. It seems Rusty really got some confidence back because he was in the 33s and 34s. Now he just ran a 31.258 in his in his GTR, fastest of this session right now. Looks like he's pushing another lap. He's definitely pushing. So 31.258, he feels he has more in it. So that's great to see. Devin Hoffman about a tenth faster than the last lap, still in the 35s. Alex Gallardo with a 33.783. That's Mike Osborne, still a second off his fastest. It's actually almost a second on the dot. There she goes, Devin Hoffman, 34.555. That's fate right there, running a 34 and then the Subaru number 555. She probably still has more in it. She's going to push for another lap. It's good to see. So it does look like Ray Guerrero and Zach Sober were able to get back out there. They didn't complete a lap. They did their warm-up and went straight to the pits, but they went out, did a 1:31.204. Rusty Biddle just behind them at a 1:31.243. Mike Osborne, a 1:31.428. Alex Gallardo at a 1:33.783, with Devin Hoffman just behind him at a 1:34.555. The USR Performance FK8 did not complete a lap. He was really slow to come in, but he did make it all the way around this time. So hopefully whatever issue they have, they get it resolved. All right, Ray Guerrero not quite able to lay down two consistent 31 laps. It looks like they may have done a cool down, 1:46.9 right there. So let's see what this lap looks like. I believe the only car on track right now would be Ray Guerrero. So we're waiting for them to come around, see if they lay down another flyer. This is Group 2, Session 3 right now. Group 2, Session 3. Here are the lap times, guys. It looks like Ray Guerrero, right before we threw that leaderboard up, Zach Sober and Ray Guerrero dropped another second, 1:30.720. Rusty Biddle to 31.243. Got Mike Osborne at a 31.428. Alex Gallardo at a 33.7. And Devin Hoffman at a 34.555. There we go, Alex Gallardo, just as it checkers to a 1:33.385, which is his fastest lap of this session. Here is Group 1. Getting ready for session 3, being led up by Cable Rosenberg. We have Cable followed by Eric Fleming. Behind Eric Fleming, looks like we have Jason Guzman and his GTR. Behind Jason Guzman, we have Jackie Ding. I had a quick talk with Jackie. It looks like they're having some car issues like we thought. Obviously, the car is much more developed, so it's going much better than, it should be going much faster than it is, but I feel like they might have that sorted out. They do tend to try and sort it out before they send it again. Most important thing to Jackie is always finishing the event strong. First session, it doesn't matter. As long as he can finish strong, just like any other time attack competitor, you want to be able to finish the event as a whole as strongly as possible. So hopefully they have it figured out. We'd love to see him beat his own record and just move forward from there. The reason him beating his own record is so important is because every year, new competitors come and want to go faster than you did last year. Last year, Jackie and Amir had a big battle, and Amir made a few mistakes, brought the wrong setup. He wanted to come back this year, but he has no motor in the car. So this is Jackie's chance to really put a stamp on it. We have Mr. Cable Rosenberg leading them out, being followed by Eric Fleming. Behind Eric Fleming, being held for a few seconds, is going to be Mr. Jason Guzman. And right behind him is going to be Jackie Ding. This is going to be Group 1, Session 3. Once again, Group 1, Session 3. This is the final run group of the final session of Day 1. So let's see what kind of lap times they can lay down. All right, so everyone's on their warm-up. Coming down the front straight, we got Cable Rosenberg about to start his flyer, followed by Eric Fleming, followed by Jason Guzman. Looks like everyone in this run group is pushing as hard as they can. It looks like we have Cable about to finish his lap. There we go. Cable's becoming way more confident here. He's so much earlier on the gas coming down the hill. 127.219 with Eric Fleming right behind him at a 127.514. Mr. Jason Guzman at a 128.831. These guys are consistently with each other. They've all ran faster. The only person left to finish a lap here is Jackie Ding. Jackie Ding gave himself a big gap. He's pushing hard down 12. Let's see what he's got. 128.266. Still off his record from last year, but I feel like they got their issue worked out. He was having trouble breaking out of the 30s in the last session. Said the car felt low on power even in the high power map. So whatever their issue was, I feel like they may have sorted it out. Yep, these guys are still pushing. This is what I like to see. No one has backed off yet. I know Cable's going to try and lay another lap. He was super committed through 12, the most committed I've seen him. So if he can be that committed there, he's just got to put the rest of the laps together to try and break that unlimited rear-wheel drive. There we go. Took another second. 126.990. Eric Fleming still at 27.1. Jason Guzman getting a little squirrely there through 12. Did a 29.151, splitter scraping the whole way. Titanium block of sparking. And a partridge in a pear tree. We're looking for Jackie Ding, though. Is he going in the pits? It looks, yeah, Jackie Ding's on a slow one. So he did a 28.266, and he's either doing one of two things. He's either going in the pits or he's going to start a flyer right now. He is going in the pits for sure. Look at these guys pushing down the back straight. So that looks like it's Eric Fleming in the lead back here. This is a naturally aspirated C6 Z06 Samsonite sequential 7.7 liter LS7. This is a monster. It's an awesome car, awesome build. It does look like Cable Rosenberg is coming in. I bet you money Eric Fleming is also going to come in, and behind him is Jason Guzman. These are the higher end of the spectrum. These guys just cannot necessarily run 100 laps in a row, minus Cable. If Cable wanted to run more, I know he could, but he's going to want to make sure the setup is good. Probably going to talk to his pit down there and make sure everything's good. But it does look like everybody who was on track is coming in as we speak right now. This is the final session of day one. So truth be told, you see this a lot. People don't want to roast through this set of tires necessarily at the end of the day when they know tomorrow morning is going to be prime pickings for records. So they got their data, they got in, they got what they needed. There's a good chance we'll see someone else go out, but this may be the last we see of them. So let's go ahead and talk about what's happened so far. Here's a day one Global Time Attack Road Atlanta round 3. We had the enthusiast all-wheel drive record drop in Evo. And I want to talk to you about this gentleman, okay? Ray Clance. Let's talk about Ray for a second. He drove here all the way from the West Coast. First time at Road Atlanta. I believe first GTA event. Killed it. Has reset the enthusiast all-wheel drive record. We have Mr. Eric Fleming in his C6 Z06. Showed up last year, never seen his car. Heard of the guy, seen his car online, but he never ran with us. Boom, resets the limited class record. What does he do here? Second lap of the whole event. Boom, resets his limited class record again. We have Jackie Ding chasing his own street class record. He's dealing with some gremlins. We have Cable Rosenberg over here. First time ever at Road Atlanta, pushing hard, trying to go as fast as he can. We have a whole cornucopia of GTRs really pushing their car. And the number one question I get asked is, where is Ferris? Well, the question is fair. The answer is Ferris is still in the pits. He melted a plug. He had some oiling issues. He's just had a lot of things going on. But they're still working hard out there. There's no doubt in my mind that at some point in this event, we're going to see Ferris out here and try to go fast. So realistically speaking, that's what's been going on today. It's been a pretty good day one here at Global Time Attack. Round 3 at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. Make sure to stay on Race Hero and to stay tuned between today and tomorrow to see what other times and what other records fall. But overall, it's been a great event so far. Huge shout out to everyone that's following us online, everyone that's listening, everyone that loves my beautiful voice. Big shout to Rev for pushing this live stream, making sure we have as high a quality production as physically possible. And realistically, just big shout out to everyone who's here in Atlanta with us. It is a beautiful event. To any competitor watching that didn't come this year, I'm so sorry for you. It's 60-something degrees at almost 2 o'clock. The humidity is low. This is the kind of times that William Al Young and James Houghton would kill for. And yes, I know it's pronounced Houghton, but I love people messaging me and telling me 36 times it's pronounced wrong. If those Canadians could be here right now, records would be falling for them too. The weather is so incredible. So big shout out. Super sad to still be missing our Canadian friends, but super proud to know that through 2020 and into 2021, our events are still running strong. We're going to go ahead and throw up tomorrow's schedule just so you know what you're looking for in case you're wondering what tomorrow looks like. We will start again at 8 a.m., my friends. Got 8 to 9:15. Then we got a 55-minute break, 10:10 to 11:05. Then we have a 55-minute break, 12 to 12:55. And then we're going to have a 35-minute break. And then it's 1:20 to 1:45. We end about 15 minutes early tomorrow because tomorrow is Formula Drift's competition day. We will have the same amount of track time, same amount of coverage. It's just more condensed. It'll be cleaner. Also, here's what you got. Group 1, Session 3. Here's the times. Each person ran about 2 laps except for Jackie Ding. He ran 1. And overall, the times have been flying. So to anyone out there watching, anyone out there listening, thank you so much. And we'll make sure to stay on this, see if anyone else goes out. We're still hot for another 5 minutes. All right, guys, so we're going to give you full standings for the day before we sign out. Let me go ahead and we'll get those put up for you. Obviously, they'll be class by class. We could throw it out. Ray Clance definitely leading enthusiast class, resetting the enthusiast all-wheel drive record. Of course, you guys know enthusiast is basically a street car. 137.296, new enthusiast all-wheel drive record, followed by Adam Wood. Jonathan Wheeler sitting in third. He's really excited about that, but he's got Gregory Formosa right on his tail. No records dropped in street class yet. We do have Jackie Ding at a 28.2, followed by Devin Hoffman at a 34.5, and Jamie Santos at a 35.6. Corn and Brian Tyson are right there for a podium. They're dealing with boost issues. They're going to try and fight for that. In limited class, Eric Fleming has reset his record once again, a 125.436. Last year, he ran a 125.898. Took about 4/10 off of that. Jason Guzman at 28.831, followed by Raymond Guerrero at a 30.071. Unlimited Cable is still leading in that 9-liter Viper. That's a 125.056 for his first time ever here. Got Dan Kroll at a 130.203. Rusty Biddle at a 131.243, and Alex Gallardo at a 32. Adam Phillips in that Cayman GT4 Club Sport is our only Pro Comp card, a 132.047. These are your overall standings for day one. They are obviously still unofficial. We will make them official at the end of the day when we go through it. Huge shout out to our sponsors, okay? Yokohama Tire, Garrett Advancing Motion, Ray's Wheels, Ignite Race Fuels, Competition Clutch, CSF Rads, Race Shapes, Revolution, who takes care of our live stream, Meister Watches, Standing Start, and DabX. Once again, big shout to our sponsors. I'd also like to give a huge shout out to Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta for having us every single year with Drift Atlanta. Here is a quick shot. You can see the tower in the background, and big love to Revolution, our producer, our director, our camera guys, our drone operators. These guys are out there in the trenches making sure we have as good of an event as we can on stream. I'm Cuban. Thank you so much for tuning in with us today. I'd love to give a shout to Ryan Randalls, who is not here with us. He is producing. Director Jeffrey Hart, who has to sit in here with me and deal with me all day. Much love to him. Kenta Young, Travis Blackwell, they're the ones dealing with the camera and the drone. That Cuban Rodriguez guy, that's me. And just to Revolution and Global Time Attack in general, big shout. We'll be here first thing 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. And yeah, we'll go ahead and go for more fast times. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.